Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another video, and I've been wanting to make this one for a little while, and I'm not really entirely sure I have a lot of thoughts. I never write scripts or anything for my videos. It's always just off the top of the dome, so I might be a little bit all over the place, but there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about today, a lot of different champions. I want to discuss Kabam as a whole, and just some issues, what I think is going on, and also offer some solutions on how to fix these problems, fix the community, and just a better way moving forward for Kabam, for the community, for everyone, for the game. So, of course, this all started in more recent time with Spider-Woman getting rebalanced. So that's going to be the main theme of today's video, talking about the rebalance program, Kabam, how they're approaching it, and just the issues that it's causing with the game and the community as a whole. So, Spider-Woman sparked all of this because she was nerfed. She was nerfed unrightfully and unfairly so, and Kabam used underhanded tactics, deceitful lies, and just BS to try to justify it. And we as a community saw right through this immediately, with not even 10 minutes of them posting their whole rebalance thing. We immediately just started poking holes in it. Multiple YouTubers. So, what the hell is going on here? Seriously, what is going on? Why are you lying to us? And if you're going to say Legacy, they weren't lying to us. Well, if they weren't lying to us, why did they backtrack on what they originally said then? And why did they switch up? If they were being truthful and honest from the beginning, there would have been no need to backtrack. But they did. They absolutely did. And they readjusted their massive nerf into still nerfing Spider-Woman on offense and defense after saying she didn't need an offensive nerf. And, the problem is her defensively. But now, this is an even bigger issue. Because Kabam states right here, defensively, she's overperforming. She's been a menace. Her kit says 3.5 defender rating, and she's acting as a stronger defender than that. So if we take that at complete face value, let's pretend for a second Kabam is being honest and they actually mean this, then we have an even bigger issue. We have an even bigger issue because Lumatrix here was rated as a 3 out of 5 defender, even less than Spider-Woman. And guess what? Lumatrix is vastly overperforming that. Literally, I can give you an example in this exact goddamn post. So, that is just cap. That is absolute cap. They're just using these attributes as a cop-out excuse. That's the only logical reason. It just does not make sense. And we have so many other examples of this. Now, this guy, I was actually just looking for this post, and I ended up coming across this post by Fury Oasis, and it was a great read. We're going to take a look at this. My issues with the Spider-Woman nerf and broader issue with rebalancing and attributes. So I know there's already been a lot of discussion going on about Spider-Woman's rebalancing, and I probably shouldn't start another discussion on the same issue, but the point of this post is to analyze not only Spider-Woman, but the rebalance program and champion attributes in general, and hopefully give some ideas and feedback to the devs. So my issues with Spider-Woman's rebalance. Full disclosure, he has her at rank 4. Of course, he doesn't want to see her get nerfed, but I knew this was a possibility in rank 4. I'm not going to call it a scam or demand compensation. It is what it is. My real issues is with the changes made and the way they were presented. First, they acknowledge she does not need retuning offensively, only defensively. There's some ways to do this without nerfing her on offense. 1. Remove reduced duration of fumble. Don't trigger power stings through block, etc. Or, lower her AI's wanting to throw the special one into block. They remove her ensnare, which is also an offensive ability. Yeah, if the goal was actually to nerf her defensively, there were so many other ways and potentially better ways to go about doing so. So personally, I rarely use her evade as a counter preferred Okoye, Fury, Medusa, etc. That mostly lines up with the rebalance post saying we haven't used Spider-Woman, needed a solution to evade across match spread. But if some players used her as an evade counter ranked her up for that utility, their matchup spread for Spider-Woman suffered. Just because I didn't use her one way doesn't mean it's true for everyone else. And that's a fair point. That's something Kabam needs to realize as well. Removing its nerf completely feels excessive and definitely nerfs her both offensively and defensively. My issue, here's where we get to the best part of this post. My issue with the champion attributes. According to the rebalance post, she is overperforming as a 3.5 defender. But look at Jean or Lumatrix, which are both listed as 3 out of 5 defense. Yeah, dude, Jean Grey is listed as a 3 out of 5 defender. When I read that, I was like, wait, no, that can't be true. I had to go and double check. There's no way. There's no way Jean is listed as a 3 out of 5 defender. And she is. What? Huh? Jean is at minimum, at bare minimum, a 4 out of 5 defender. Fight me on that. I'll fight anyone on that. Like, huh? Jean is not a 3 out of 5 defender. That is ridiculous. So, okay. Lower than Spider-Woman. Yeah, Spider-Woman was listed as a 3.5. I would say Spider-Woman was a slightly better defender than Jean. But Jean is not far behind. Not far at all. Recently, when unadjusted to rebalance, Jean and Lumitrix, nothing changed. Oh, but their attributes, oh, well, nothing changed. Most people would agree these are annoying defenders too, but the rebalance team found no issue with them. And then I have another issue to bring up. I think there is some blatant favoritism going on behind the scenes at Kabam when it comes to certain champions designed by someone, and when it comes to rebalancing said champions. Now, the same person that made Jean Grey also made Photon and also made Serpent. You know, the guy that almost everyone in the community thought should have been rebalanced. And like the few individuals who didn't think Serpent needed to be rebalanced, oh, guess what? They've changed their tune now. As soon as the Spider-Woman thing came out, they're like, oh yeah, they should have nerfed Serpent. Just a complete 180, switching it up all these years later. Like, really? Bro, I started a goddamn petition to nerf Serpent because he should have been nerfed. We all know it's true. This was the moment I lost almost my entirety of faith in the rebalance program. And then with Spider-Woman, like, it's all gone now. There's zero faith left in the rebalance program. It just feels deceitful to me now. Like, I can't even believe what they're saying anymore because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't line up with the facts. The facts don't match what they're saying. And you know who else this person recently made? Nico. Now, I think Nico is an insane champion overall. And is she balanced? No, God no. She is not a balanced champion. Do I think she's going to be rebalanced? Probably not, because again, the same person that made Jean, that made Serpent, that made Nico, that made Photon, that made a bunch of other champions that never got rebalanced, that made Kate Bishop, that are clearly overtuned, bro. Kate Bishop has a 2 on damage rating. She was never touched, never rebalanced, nothing. But Spider-Woman wasn't made by this person. And Spider-Woman gets nerfed into the ground, defensively and offensive. Like, where is the balance in the rebalance program? It's not there. It's so out of balance. It's ridiculous. So let's keep reading. The big issue with attributes is that they can be very inconsistent and sometimes lack context. Simplest example is Corvus and Aegon, both 5 out of 5 damage, perform vastly different depending on long form or short form content. Oh, and then, oh yeah, this was something else interesting. Onslaught, a 5 out of 5 defender, but Dark Phoenix is a 4 out of 5. Again, I read that and I was like, wait, no, that can't be true. That cannot be true. There's no way Dark Phoenix is listed as a 4 out of 5 defender. So I had to go check. And this guy is way more honest and truthful than Kabam. He's only spitting facts. Dark Phoenix is a 4 out of 5 defender. What? In what universe is Dark Phoenix a 4 out of 5 defender? Dude, she's a 9 out of 5 defender. I genuinely think Dark Phoenix is like the only defender to ever come out that is a serpent level, if not worse than him on defense. Genuinely. And that brings me to one of my next points, that Dark Phoenix needs to be nerfed. I don't care, I said it. Dark Phoenix needs to be nerfed. Especially, again, her attributes. You know, if we're going by the attribute cop-out system, she's a 4 out of 5, and she's performing as more than that. Dark Phoenix is easily performing at a 5 out of 5. She's easily performing way higher than that. So that means she should be nerfed. But how did we acquire Dark? And this is coming from someone who has Dark Phoenix, rank 4, Sig 200, just for context. But how did we get Dark Phoenix? Oh yeah, that was the Heart of Fire event for 40,000 units. So if a champion that we came out in a big spending event that we spent money and units on is way overperforming, but they're still subject to rebalancing, will they be rebalanced or not? Will the champion get blatant favoritism because of the way that they came out and not be subject to proper rebalancing? Even when it is needed. Dark Phoenix is like the most broken defender in game right now, in my opinion. That's why I have her perma-banned in Battlegrounds. Again, even though I have her. Like, it was honestly bad for my mental health playing Battlegrounds and not banning Dark Phoenix, because like it just felt so BS when I'd fight her, and it just made me mad. It just frustrated me so much that it's better for my mental health to just perma-ban her, because that is how toxic of a defender she is. That's how bad she is for the game. But again, is she gonna get rebalanced? I don't know. I don't know, and because I have zero faith, I have zero trust in the rebalance program to do their job properly. Like, after the lies, after the blatant favoritism, like I have no faith left, bro. There's not a drop of good faith left. Let's keep reading. So, who I'd argue is tougher than Onslaught? Absolutely, bro. I can take Onslaught with a bunch of different champions really quickly, really easily. Maybe I'll take a little Neuroshock damage, but it's fine. Like Onslaught is way easier to fight than Dark Phoenix, and it's not even close, in my opinion. Similarly, Spider-Woman could be outperforming a 4 to 5 defender, but it would not automatically result in a nerf. They might use attributes to support their argument or ignore them completely. Exactly. Like what? Nico's a 4 to 5 defender, but I doubt she will get a defensive buff. Or maybe he meant nerf. That makes her harder than Jean or Lumitrix. Ultimately, or maybe he did mean buff. Ultimately, I don't think these attributes made the desired impact of giving players a rough idea about a champ's rebalancing if this was the original idea. So my issues with the rebalance program. There's a concern among the player base when the program first started that it would make new champions releases unreliable and susceptible to frequent nerfs or changes later on. Thankfully, most champions remain untouched, and few got some needed buffs. Sometimes players even wanted nerfs like the Serpent situation. Whatever nerfs were made were pretty reasonable and minor, like Absman not regenerating beyond his current health and the Bullseye bleed nerf. Those were both very tiny, minuscule, and extremely warranted and fair, balanced, and made total logical sense. The Spider-Woman change was the first weird change. If the goal was to nerf her defensively only, then I've already discussed better ways to do that. If the actual reason is that the Ensnare is a powerful offensive utility for her and they wanted to remove it, then say it as it is. Exactly. Call a spade a spade. Don't insult the entire community's intelligence with these deceitful, backhanded reasonings to try to justify the nerf. Like, you're just going to nuke community sentiment by doing that, and you're just going to destroy our trust, which you've already done. This misdirection only fuels the fire. Exactly. If they backed up the action with a real reason, it would still be taken negatively, but at least it would be understandable. That's my only hope for the Rebalance team. If they want to take unpopular decisions, just be upfront about the reasoning. Either way, you're not avoiding pissing off players about a nerf. Sorry for the long rant. Dude, no, this was a great rant. This was a great read. Some excellent points were made, especially about Dark Phoenix and Jean Grey. So, yeah, shout out to Fiery Oasis. This guy cooked. So, yeah, dude. It's crazy. Like, Jean Grey is way better than a 3 out of 5 defender. You know, she has been an absolute menace. This is a screenshot I took of the current war. She's a boss. She's been the boss for like the last few wars. She seems to be one of the best war bosses because of her shield, you know. And with the tactic, it's crazy. Like even rank 4 max boosted bastions with recoils are struggling to solo a Jean Grey boss with this, and that's a tactic attacker. Like, dude, she is not a 3 out of 5 defender. That is like the biggest cap ever. And again, if the rebalancing program was true to their word about attributes, something would have changed. And now I'm not saying that I want Jean Grey to be nerfed, but Don't use it as an excuse to nerf my girl Spider-Woman. And again, Lumitrix. Lumitrix is not a 3 out of 5 defender. That is ridiculous. But the difference between Lumitrix and Spider-Woman, it's clear as day, and I'll explain it to you. There's an astronomical more amount of data on Spider-Woman's defensive performance than Lumitrix. Because Lumitrix was more of a paywalled champion, and Spider-Woman wasn't. She was a regular release that once the Titan changed, everyone can get her. And everyone also wants to rank her up. Even the people that got Lumitrix probably didn't take him to rank 4. He's a very rare rank 4. But if you did take him to rank 4, he's going to be disgusting on defense. But it's like Kabam just doesn't account for those numbers. Like, and again, that's why I don't trust Kabam. I do not trust Kabam when it comes to rebalancing. And like another champion, Carolina Dean. Is she going to get nerfed? And then probably the champion that I am currently the most worried about is one of my new favorites, and that's Cull Obsidian. I am so worried about Cull Obsidian getting nerfed. So worried about it, dude. This guy was like one of the highlights of this year for me. His buff, the rebirth event, he was the standout star in my eyes. And I wouldn't have even qualified, gotten to where I did with the Brawl, if not for this guy. He was so clutch. I took him up immediately, and I used him in a plethora of different matchups, just getting like 22-second fights with him in Battlegrounds, and just winning. Just winning. Like, I don't think I lost with him on attack, like, ever. Even when I'm versing other people's culls. Like, it was awesome. It was freaking awesome. Was it ridiculous and powerful? Yes. But Kabam buffed him that way. Like, do they not playtest the buffs? Like, seriously, are they not place testing their champions? Like, are they just pulling these attribute systems out of their ass? Like, it doesn't make sense. So, we have a massive problem here. But I said at the beginning of this video, I would offer maybe some solutions. So, what can we do? What is the way forward? How can we rebuild trust, faith in Kabam to give us a good game? Okay, so the main thing I can think of, there's a couple, but the biggest and best course of action, I think, one thing, is get Kabam to hire more people, get them to have more people in their rebalance team. No, that is not the solution, because again, I already don't trust Kabam. I don't trust the rebalance team. What good is more people on that team going to do me? Nothing. It's not going to do me a damn thing. It's not going to restore my trust. It's not going to do anything. It doesn't matter if they double the size of the rebalance team. The trust is gone. Kabam lost that trust. You got to earn that back. Trust is earned, especially when you lose it. All the more so when you lose it. So, what's the way forward? Now, and also, Kabam doesn't want to hire more people. They don't want to dedicate more people to the rebalance team, which, okay, good. We don't want that. So what's a solution that is, first of all, not going to require Kabam more money, more resources internally? My solution won't cost them a damn thing. It'll actually probably save them time, money, and resources. So, again, what is this amazing solution? It's you guys. It's the community. Why does the rebalance program need to be a dictatorship? It doesn't. This is 2025. We live in a free world. Hello, democracy. Guys, we have all the power. If we stop playing this game, if we stop spending money on this game, there's not a damn thing Kabam can do about it. We have all the power in our hands. Kabam has none. All they do is make the game. We're the ones who play it. We're the one who spends money on it. We're the ones who keep it running. Not Kabam. It's us. We have all the power. Kabam needs to respect that. They need to respect the time we invest, the money that we invest into these champions. Now, again, just because we've invested a lot of time or a lot of money in a champion, that doesn't mean they should never be untouched. Like Dark Phoenix. Again, this is coming from someone who has her. I think she needs to be tuned down. Again, I'm not saying to nerf her into the ground, but she can be toned down a bit. She's way too much right now. Way too much. So what's the solution? Give power to the community. Man, when I make a video talking about the serpent rebalancing, all that time ago, or the Spider-Woman nerf, you guys give so many good ideas just in my comment section alone, let alone all the other YouTubers' comment sections, which I read a lot of, let alone on the forums. Just so many good ideas. So many good ideas that Kabam would never even think of. So, what's the solution? Use us. Use the community as a resource. It's the best resource Kabam has their access to. It's completely free. Ask the community, what do you guys think about this champion? Do they need to rebalance? Have a community-wide poll. Have a vote. Have us brainstorm possible changes. Have us vote on possible changes. So that we as a community can be happy with the changes in the game that we all love and play every single day. Why is that not a thing already? You might be saying, like, Legacy. Oh, other games, they balance their game. They don't care what the people that play it think. They don't get to make the rules. Okay. This game is unlike any other game. So those comparisons are completely irrelevant. Because Call of Duty, yeah, they rebalance the guns. Well, in Call of Duty, they don't have people dropping $5 grand, $10 grand, $20 grand a month to get the new guns. No. They don't. Dude, this game is so insanely monetized. It's ridiculous. Because it's so monetized, again, that's all the more reason for us to have more of a say in the game. Because again, we have all the power. And I think Kabam needs a bit of a reminder of that. That's why I'm making this video, man. I'm genuinely fed up with the rebalance program and how it works. Their BS justifications. I'm just sick and tired of it. It's not fun. It's nuking community sentiment. It's so frustrating, man. Because this game has so much potential. I see so much potential in this game. And you guys are like, there's so many smart people in the community that don't work for Kabam that want to make the game better, that offer such good ideas and solutions. And you guys just get ignored. And that's disgraceful. So, yeah, man, that's what I think should happen. Kabam needs to start listening to the community, using the community as the best possible resource at their disposal, because they're just wasting it right now. So, I think that's the best way forward. Yeah, man, there was a lot in this video. Really just wanted to get all this off my chest. Yeah, like I said, I don't script my videos. It's all off the top of the dome. So, sometimes it's a little jumbled, but that's just the way I roll, man. So, hey guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this video. And let me know what you guys think. Do you think Dark Phoenix? Do you think Hull Obsidian? Do you think Carolina? Do you think Nico? Do you think they're going to get nerfed? Do you think they're going to get changed? Let me know how you feel about their balance program. What do you think about my solution? Or if you guys, again, you guys are so smart. If you have any solutions or a better way forward, let me know. Let me know. One other idea I had was just like the CCP. But nah, I think using the general community is a way better idea, because yeah, I don't want to elaborate on that actually, but yeah, I think the power should lie within the community, because without the community there is no game, there is no bottom line for Kabam, and they're all out of a job without the community. So yeah, that's wrap for this video, guys. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. Love you guys so much. Thank you for all the love and support. Have a great, wonderful day. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Peace.